Happy August, everybody. It's Jeff Beesler for the Beesler's Book Buzz. First Tuesday of the month for August, and I got my July stats in. So today is going to be an episode by the numbers for the most part, and I'll just discuss as I go along. So actually, July was a rather interesting month for me, and I made a lot of progress on at least four different aspects. I mean, besides the fact that I've got the pre-order up for, you know, Blobwoids versus the Interstellar Dad. That was a huge component to July, but this is stuff that happened beyond me getting ready for the release of my 21st book, because I'll talk about that more later on in the month, but I want to celebrate some other achievements. So last month, Smashwords had its annual summer sale, and I decided to put all my books on there for free. And I apologize for not talking too much about it over the course of the Beasler's Book Buzz. Kind of slipped my mind a little bit, and I do apologize for that. But that being said, even though I didn't do much in the way of promoting it, a second here, an alarm went off on me, and I was trying to avoid that. Anyhow, so the Smashwords thing, 51 free ebooks went out, which was awesome. And over on in KDP, Amazon, I actually had two books, ebooks, bought the very last day of the month, which was really awesome. So, as far as the ebooks go, that was a total of 53 books, which is awesome. Yeah, happy about that. Over onto the audiobooks, Audible, two copies of Optical Osmosis went out on that one, and that made me really happy on that one. Oh, back to the ebooks that were the paid for. One was Blobwoods versus Mages, and the other one was Interstellar Dad, I believe. So, yay. And, you know, of the audiobooks and the two paid ebooks, all that was not even in the US. That was UK. I forgot to write down that I had like 11 hours of listening time in on the audiobooks, and it was all coming from UK on that front. The 51 free books, that was not the UK, but yeah, I really found a little bit of readership in the UK, and I'm really happy about that. And I just, it always does me, a lot of good to know that my books are being read by people, you know, on other continents, and yeah, that I'm having that kind of positive impact on them. I mean, the one reader kept on describing my standalones, both Life Flashes and Optical Osmosis, as slice of life, meets kind of like disaster kind of thing. So he was really he really was really immersed in it, and I'm really appreciative because that reader is just like I really appreciate every reader that comes my way. So I appreciate, and I definitely appreciate you viewers who, sit in each and every week listening to me go on for like 10, 15 minutes about all sorts of stuff that I talk about. So again, thank you. So yeah, oh, and I still haven't talked about the print books yet. So yeah, so I covered all my bases with print, ebook, and uh, audiobooks in the month of July. So three print books. I thought it was only going to be two on the print books. I knew for a fact that uh, Blobwoods versus Meta Misfits, a copy of that had gone out, and I knew at least one copy, a print copy of Meta Misfits went out. I did not realize that it was not just one copy of Meta Misfits until I got my sales report yesterday from Drafted Digital, and it let me know that two copies of Meta Misfits print version went out. I just I'm just so happy about that because the print versions of these books are actually updated. I've been working the past like a couple years now to get the make it look more professional with like page numbers formatting. I don't have to format page numbers anymore because of Draft to Digital, which I'm really thankful for. So yeah, Draft to Digital has like this new fee. If you make less than $100 in sales, you have to pay like $12, and I'm actually okay with that. Only for the fact is I don't have to format page numbers. That is totally worth it. So, but I digress. So back to what I was talking about with the print books. Yeah, I'm just really stoked about that. It's just was a pleasant surprise to find out in that email. So altogether, 58 books sold or given away, which was really awesome. And in a lifetime, it's like 1,149 copies between the three formats. So yay! Thank you, everybody who's checked out my stuff. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But that the print books weren't, the books that went out. That wasn't the only um, metrics that went up measurable. Let's talk about right here on the Substack, where I got uh, ended up with a total of 22 free subscribers. I gained three more, and meanwhile, my okay, this might be the one metric that went down. 26 post reads minus four. I get that. I've been doing more just videos and stuff like that. I was talking about, doing like a written post on like Thursdays or something like that. I'm still working on, establishing that sort of thing, but at least I have a system for Tuesdays every now and then. I'm gotten a lot better about being here on Tuesdays, showing up for the work. Consistency has been key, and I'm just keep going with that. So yeah, so thank you to everybody on Substack who's been following me, watching my videos. Even if you only watch a couple minutes of my videos, I see you. I appreciate you. Thank you for giving me your time. I know everybody's busy with all this other stuff going on in the world and in our personal lives. So every time I get like even a minute of your time, it's a I'm really appreciative of it. So thank you so much. And I feel like I've actually, sorry, grown as, I've been doing more and more of these Beesler Book Buzz kind of events. I don't feel quite so nervous anymore on front of the camera, which is really awesome. I mean, I might still talk fast a little bit, but I've also noticed how quickly the time flies by. So speaking of videos, we are now moving on to the next metric system, which was Instagram. And on Instagram, I had like 2.3K views, 30% of which came from non-followers, 672 followers um, in total, which was up 20 from June. And I gotta say, I'm a little bit disappointed for one reason and one reason only. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad for all the 20 followers and all that stuff. That's awesome. But I didn't get a chance because of a glitch in my follower account one day that skipped from like 664 to 669. I didn't get to celebrate or take a screenshot of when the follower count was at the triple six. And as a horror writer, I am somewhat disappointed because that's a you know I wouldn't quite call it a magical number, obviously, but I'm, it's a number that held significance in the genre. So yeah, so I was a little, not well, but 672. I mean, I could try and get the triple six again when it comes through in about another 1,000 followers. So, and then lastly, the one remaining metric I want to talk about is not so much about the writing career. I want to talk about a little bit about my reading. I mean, this is the Beasler's Book Buzz, and I don't really talk much about the books I've been reading. I still have to do that one review for Ryan's book. I will get there. I think I got like one more story to read, and I need to do that. But as far as the metrics go on this one, I have read like 208 pages in a physical print book. Which, it's probably more like if I read anything in Rand's book in July. And then 16 days I read in the Kindle. So I haven't completed an actual book all month long in July. So that's a stat that might be hurting me, especially for the book buzz. But yeah, I'm just, I have been reading. I just haven't completed a book lately. So I definitely need to do that. But of course, with all the editing I've done in my own books and whatnot, is it any wonder? But anyhow, so those were my stats for July, and it's been a really awesome month. I mean, I've, I feel the love and support from readers, who are just talking up my books, talk about how immersed they were in some of them, like optical osmosis. I had a reader on Threads the other day say that he went to the gym and there was a little bit of glare of sunlight, and so he had to put on sunglasses, and he felt like his experience was like came right out from optical osmosis. And I was just like, wow, the immersive immersion really worked on that, and I'm so thankful for that. So yeah, I'm so happy to know that I'm having an impact on people, on readers, and I'm gonna keep going. Even if I only impact them one. But I have a feeling I impact them a few more. So every day, is just a continual work in progress. And as I'm gearing up for my 21st release, I'm, oh yeah, I guess I got one more stat to tell you. I'm already 55 pages edited on book number 22, Metaflora. So I might have that out to beta readers by the end of the month, which is, would be fantastic considering I'm also trying to launch a book. So, mm, I almost got through the episode without yawning once, or trying to stifle a yawn. So, all right, so that's all I have for the Beezus Book Buzz. Thanks again for stopping by. I appreciate you. I will have more stuff for you next week. I'm gearing up to, like I said, for the launch of my 21st book. But if anything else comes along in the meantime that you should know about, oh yeah, I'm going to try and go to a book festival on August 9th, this Sunday in Bremerton. So, Puget Sound Book Festival is what it's called. I work that day, but there's a couple hours where I can actually do the thing. So I will try to take notes. I will try to, take pictures. I will just try to have a really fun time, and I will come back next week with what I have. If I don't do the book festival, but I want to. I really want to. But whatever happens the next week, I will have more information for you then. Until then, have a fantastic week. Thank you for all your support again. I appreciate each and every one of you. Have a good one. Bye bye.